If you caught last week's video, you know that my wife is attempting her biggest furniture build ever. And this week, she's making some exciting progress as she works on doors and drawer fronts. This girl is pretty crazy when she gets a vision and has power tools in hand, so come along for the adventures of my DIY wife and her non-handy husband.
Before we get started, we want to say thanks to the RTA store for sponsoring this portion of the video. The RTA store is a family-owned and operated business that allows you to really take a custom kitchen and bathroom into your own hands. They carry the top cabinet styles and stay on top of the current trends. When you order a sample, they actually send you a full-size door, and we have 3 of their sample doors here, and the quality feels great, and it is so helpful to be able to see an entire door to get a better visual of what it is that you're going to be getting. You can choose a style all on your own or consult with a personal designer every step of the way. I would definitely take advantage of their free room design. The designers will work with you one-on-one to explore all of your options and answer all of your questions. If you'd rather work on your own, they also have a free DIY design tool right on the website so you can easily lay out your own space. The RTA store offers cabinets at the same and often better quality that you would find in any retail store, but at a fraction of the cost. Their quotes consistently come in with 15 to 55% savings over your big box and local stores. Plus, they also offer a lowest price promise. So if you've been thinking of giving your kitchen, bathroom, home office, or even closet a makeover, be sure to go fill out the free room design form and see if the RTA store might be a good option for you. Thanks again to the RTA store for sponsoring that part of our video.
Wait a minute, what happened in here? You're styling.
I couldn't resist.
No, you could not. Just had to give it a look, huh? Let's stick to the build first, right? And then we'll do the styling later, okay? Got your tape measure?
It's a new work week, and I am so excited to get started and make some more progress on this cabinet build.
What are we measuring for?
The glass doors.
Glass doors? You about to outdo yourself. You kind of got a thing for glass front doors, huh? I just like for people to see how much she thinks about these things. How much brain power. Andrea brain power. Got it?
Yeah, I think so. Alright, so we actually need to run back to Lowe's because I need some more oak 1x2s. And technically I didn't buy too little, but I did know that some of the boards were a little bit warped, and they warped a little bit worse just sitting in our garage. And now I don't have enough really straight boards left to build my cabinet doors.
But such is our project life. We go to Lowe's, you know, a good solid once a day, maybe even twice, who knows?
I have actually already been to Lowe's and Home Depot today.
Is it straight?
These are nice.
I love that. I love that face right there.
You gotta close one eye.
You gotta close one eye. No cart for me. So right? Golly, it's so nice outside.
It's not nice.
How has it been so nice these last few days? I mean, just too good, too lovely outside. Put these in the back of the truck. Ready. Let's go. Where to now? Just a little lunch break, maybe? Yep.
Thanks, babe.
For you, ma'am. What are you doing back there?
After we got back from lunch, we started by removing the old shelves that were still attached to the wall. That was hard. I still really love the style of these white shelves, but I do feel like this new cabinet will fit the space even better.
1, 2, 3.
After sliding the new cabinet in place, I was ready to go outside and get started on the doors, but I made an unfortunate discovery. Oh no. These blew off. I put these out here this morning. Shoot.
They blew off what?
This.
Are you serious? They blew off the workbench?
Yeah, it was really windy this morning. Hey, they're like totally fine.
It's because they're built by a professional, sort of.
Alright, so we're finally going to be making the doors, and since I've already measured everything, step 1 is going to be to cut all of my 1x2s for that. Okay, so for all of my long sides of my doors, I went ahead and set up the stop at that end, so now that I've measured 1 and got that set up, I can just set each board down and get all those done quick. After cutting all of the long boards for the doors, I moved on to cutting all of the boards for the short sides. Next, I started adding pocket holes to each end of all of the short boards. Okay, so these are the hinges I'm going to be using on my cabinet doors, and as you can see, they are a little bit thicker than what I want my gap to be around my doors, and so I'm going to use my router with my straight 3/4 inch bit on it. I'm going to mark where this goes and then set up boards to block my router to where I can just route out a section for this, and I'm going to do all 4 boards at one time because I'll have 4 outside edges of my doors that will have the hinges on them, and that'll just be a little bit more efficient, and then they'll all be exactly placed in the same spot on each board.
The other side now?
Yep. Next, it was time to start assembling the doors. I used wood glue and then securely clamped it in place before screwing it together. After finishing the first door, I took it inside just to make sure it fit.
How are you so cool?
Can you hold this so I can look at it?
Yeah.
The bookcase gets a lot cooler when it has glass doors on it. After verifying that the first door did indeed fit, I repeated the same process for door number 2. And then I brought them both inside to make sure they both fit together. Perfect. This is just me being like paranoid, and rather than building 4 doors and realizing I made a slight mistake on the width, I was like, let's just double check before we do them all.
Great idea. Love it. All right, so more assembling now?
More assembling. Once I was sure that the doors were the right size, I followed the same process for doors number 3 and 4. Alright, so we have all 4 doors built. Next step will be to route out the back for the glass. So I've got my router here with a rabbiting bit on it. I clamp the door onto the work table, so I'll do like half the door, flip it around, clamp it, and then do the other half, and do that to all 4 doors, and then we're gonna go install them after that. Oh no!
Wow. That thing kicks off some dust, huh?
I think I need to wash them.
Other half now?
Yep. Look at these professional doors.
You're so pro. My goodness.
I'm sure that'll buy me lots of comments on how it's not really professional. I'm feeling pretty proud of it. After I finished routing out the back of all 4 doors, I grabbed my sander to give everything a good sanding. After I finished sanding all of the doors, we brought them inside so we could start installing them. I started by attaching a pair of black hinges to 2 of my doors, and then grabbed Dean's help so I could attach them to the cabinets. Whoa. Nice. The next day, I was ready to get started installing all of the drawers, but the weather was not cooperating with us.
We tried not to get wet. That didn't work. Hey, we left the garage door open. Is that going to be an issue? Nah, we'll leave it.
All right, so we're getting ready to install all of the drawers. There'll be 2 big ones on this side, 2 on this side, and step 1 is going to be to get our drawer slides installed in here. You can see I have these spacer boards because my face frame on this side sticks out, and I want my panel on the inside, I want my drawer slide to be flush with the edge of this. But on this side, since I did the 2 pieces of plywood together, it's the same thickness as my face frame, so I won't need any spacer on that side. So I'm gonna drill some pilot holes in here and then attach these on the left side here and then on the far side over there. First, I drilled pilot holes on my spacer boards and then measured and marked where I wanted to attach them. I need to go get different screws from the garage. Having a slow brain moment, I didn't think about using my little pocket hole screws. They stick out and I need one that is flush. I'm gonna go grab different screws. Okay, so I actually didn't have any other screws that were the right length. Most of mine are just barely too long because I don't want it to poke out this side. I have about an extra 1/4 inch screws, so I'm gonna take them out and then use a bigger drill bit so that I can countersink them just so they'll be flush with the surface. That's faster than making a trip to Lowe's. Once I had my spacer boards attached and the screws flush, I was ready to install my drawer slides. Once I got the first drawer slide attached, I moved over to the other side and attached one at the same height, and this is definitely easier with a second set of hands to help. Laugh, it's not funny.
Got it.
After attaching all of the main part of the drawer slides into the cabinet box, I moved on to attaching the smaller portion to the sides of the drawer boxes.
No way. Do it again. Do it again.
It feels pretty sturdy.
Do it again.
Probably not sturdy enough for a kid.
Whoa, magic.
Once I had the first drawer box on this side attached, I repeated the same process for the second one. After I finished installing the drawer boxes on the left side of the cabinet, I moved on to the other side, starting with drilling the pilot holes for the spacer boards.
Careful. How was that on the old ear hole?
Once I had the spacer boards attached, I opened up my drawer slides and started attaching them the same way that I did on the other side. And once again, this is much easier with a second set of hands.
Is that all the drawer slides?
Mm-hmm. I gotta attach them to the boxes now.
Oh my goodness, bless you, darling.
Again, once I finished attaching all of the drawer slides to the larger portion of the cabinet, I attached the smaller part of the drawer slides to the drawer boxes themselves.
Yes.
That was nice.
Magic is on.
It's really fun to do that. One more. Look at that. Here, should you at the same time? Ready?
Yes. Double magic.
That's kind of fun.
Do you think this is going to be like a family heirloom or anything? Like, really, it could be like our grandkids could talk about this and be like, I have grandma's cabinet.
My grandma built this. Not just grandma's cabinet. Grandma built this.
Grandma built this, grandchildren's. Grandpappy was cheering her along the whole time. What you got there?
hardware. Look how cute they are.
Ooh, I like.
I needed something small for the doors because that's not a very wide part, and I think it would just look bad with something bulky on there. I've used these in a lot of projects and I like them. They're so heavy and they're inexpensive. These are from Amazon.
Nice.
I got a giant box because I actually have another piece of furniture I'm gonna build. Maybe.
You're building another piece of furniture?
Yeah, I'm inspired and I'm excited about that one.
You're really letting the cat out of the bag here.
I am. In order to attach my drawer fronts, I first needed to drill the holes for the hardware, and so I started by placing my hardware to get a visual on where I wanted them to be. Once I figured out where I wanted the hardware placed, I measured and marked on each of the drawer fronts. Alright, so I'm going to try a little trick attaching the drawer fronts, and I've actually already marked out and then drilled a hole for where my hardware is going to go, and then I'm actually going to use those holes to then screw into the box. See, hopefully it's as easy as it is in my head. To attach the bottom drawer front, I used some scrap pieces of cardboard that I had laying around to hold the board up at the right height. There are a lot of different things you could use for this spacing, but this is what I had on hand and it worked great.
Are you satisfied?
This is how I keep myself motivated. I gotta stop and enjoy it.
Well, it's looking good, baby. It's looking good.
Once I finished attaching the drawer fronts on the left side, I moved on to the other side, starting with measuring and marking for my hardware holes.
Well done. Yes. How are you feeling so far?
I'm pleased with my work. I am also like, that's gonna take a long time to stain that thing.
Just think family heirloom, grandchildren. It's gonna be amazing.
Should we take a lunch break now?
Yes. Look at that hair, would you? My goodness. Look at this.
Okay, so last thing I need to do before we start getting ready to stain is put some more edge banding around the plywood drawer fronts on here, just so when you open them, they look nice and clean. After I finished applying edge banding to one drawer, I took a piece of sandpaper and sanded all of the edges and the corners. A lot of work for a little detail.
Yeah, but hey, it looks amazing.
Look at me next to it. I'm tall.
Yeah, you're like 6'4", and that
I'm not that tall.
Well, how good does this cabinet look with the doors on, with the drawers and drawer fronts? It's really coming together and it's starting to look incredible.
Yeah, I think even I underestimated what a difference it would make getting those doors on and then the drawer fronts, because it's like, I mean, I've had the vision in my head and it really does look a lot like what I drew, but it is so cool to see it, and it really does. It fits the space so well. I love it. It's a fun change and it just looks like a nice piece of furniture. We keep joking about, man, is this gonna be like a family heirloom?
And on that note, you're definitely going to want to catch next week's video, because she is finishing this thing off with beautiful stain, with hardware, staging, and of course the final reveal.
Glass. We gotta get glass for the doors.
Oh yeah, and glass doors. I mean, how could I leave that out? I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on next week, so we will catch you in the next episode.
Are you going out of here? Or are you just gonna?
What in the world? We gotta.
What color should we stain it? Comment below. What color would you stain it? I'm curious to know. I'm curious to see what people think. I already know what I'm doing.
Blue. I love you.
I got like.
Sorry. I thought you were gonna like.
I turned the
into
wrong
it,
way.
And we just kind of rammed each other there. Yeah, I was.
You're so pokey.
I was trying to have a moment.
I haven't seen your chin in so many years.
Could you put your fingers in front of my face just to,
I was like, why do you want my fingers in
to
front of
imagine what it would look like? I don't think that helps. I was thinking more something like.
Got a little helper
Yeah,
down
that's
here.
super helpful.
Got
I
a
mean, you
cameraman.
can basically see exactly what it'd look like without a goatee. Yeah.
This is pretty much just a hair shot. You're having a great hair day. What a hair day you're having, babe. I mean, would you look at this?
Wait, that went right in between there. You need to watch what you're doing there. Hey.